Google, since I think while you and I have discussed in our previous podcast that Google has been a laggard in terms of the whole Gen AI, the LLM world, but I think since the beginning of this year, they've really made some good updates, and one such update now is that they're entering the open. Not exactly open source, but open models market, right? So they launched Gemma, which is a lightweight open model, right, inferencing model that they've actually launched this week for their for the community to consume. They've launched this in probably two sizes, 2 billion parameters and 7 billion parameters. Again, focusing more towards lightweight models, right, to help
Hmm.
customers with very focused or help users with very focused inferencing, right. But one thing that I definitely want to highlight, and which is very crucial for our users to understand, viewers to understand over here is that Gemma is not an open source model, right? But what's the difference between an open source model and an open model, right? So while what they've done today is they've made the whole the logic and the weights that have been used to train this model publicly available, so you understand how this model works, how this model is consumed, and so on and so forth. But the licensing is still controlled by Google, right? So you today and this model is not available on the open sourcing licensing terms and conditions yet, right? So you still have to reach out to Google to consume it in any shape and format today, right? Now, even open models come in different levels of expansion. Like Llama 2 also, if you look at it, is not purely an open source model, right? But the availability of Llama 2 is still quite flexible when you compare it to Gemma, right? Where Gemma, for any kind of usage, you need to reach out to Google for terms and conditions and licensing. Llama 2 allows you to till you have 2 million monthly active users, you can still consume it for your applications, right? So these are not open source models per se; these are open models. So that's what Gemma Google has introduced, right? Shiva, any views, or have you tried this model yet?
Not yet, but I'm seeing really good, I would say, results in Hugging Face leaderboard. Gemma took number one position for the small models in terms of the performance. So, and this comes directly from the DeepMind team of Google, who are the original inventors of Transformers model. So I think, yeah, I mean, I think Google is trying to take some big swings now, given the fact that they've lost a lot of time and probably money and customers already. But my take is this, Rishabh. This is still like early days of cloud, where people were able to switch easily between AWS and Azure and Google Cloud as long as they were on VMs only. Now, right now, similarly, if you look at today, the LLMs, be it Google, Gemini, or Anthropic, or GPT, they all they all are just inference models. Customers can switch at any point in time between these models, and their end users will not find any difference actually. So that is my take. So Gemma is a good move from Google actually, because why not? I mean, there is still market to capture. They can still capture market from OpenAI and from Azure. So
Absolutely,
why
absolutely.
not?
And see again, see one is launching these models, but then Google is now focusing on how, and this now probably runs in the scheme of things. So they've set up a partnership with Hugging Face. Now they're
Yeah.
focusing on open model. And see, Google is not new to releasing open source, right? Android is probably in by far in the history is one of the best open source strategies that have been executed, right? So definitely, I'm pretty sure that they'll get there, but as you rightly mentioned, I think we are still in the experimentation phase or the early phases.
Yeah.